I'm here with Saul today. Saul, hi. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Can you quickly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your startup story?
Sure. I'm the founder and faculty of the Khan Academy. I started making these YouTube videos really from my cousins online, and they got popular. And so I essentially ended up making 2,200 videos on everything from basic math all the way to calculus and biology and all the rest. And we're a little bit non-conventional as a startup. We're not for profit, but our goal is to educate anyone anywhere for free. So we have the videos, we have software, we're translating into multiple languages.
Wow, and so you're not for profit. How does that affect the business, and what are the pros and cons
Well,
of that?
you know, we can kind of defer the question of whether it is a business or how does it. But so, you know, obviously we're foundation supported primarily. There are models. We also have to think about sustainability, but it allows us to focus on our mission above profitability, I guess is the simple answer.
Okay, and so how long have you been running the company?
You know, I started tutoring my cousins in 2004. I made the first YouTube video in 2006. I didn't quit my day job. I was an analyst at a hedge fund until 2009. Wow. So you can pick your start date.
Okay. And what does it take to run a company? For the entrepreneurs out there, what are the main things that they need to think about?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because you know, we're a bit of we're still in early days, so I'm still open to advice to me on how to run a company. But it's, you know, I think on the product side, it's just making sure that it really is compelling for even a small subset of people. If there aren't some small subset of people say, wow, I need to use this. And if they can't use this, they feel like they're missing something in their life, then maybe the product needs some tweaking. Yeah. I think that's there, and especially if it's, and then when you see that there's just almost everyone who finds value there, I think that's an important thing. And I think the other big thing is just make sure that your organization has enough of a runway, that it's not something that, it's not a flash in the pan, it's something that you have time to grow, and you don't, and you're not contingent on this or that happening, that you can always make sure that you're going to exist. Now,
speaking of how to be successful, there's also the flip side of failure. So what's a failure you've had, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, well, you know, in Khan Academy, I don't know where, you know, the failure, the core failure is I quit my job, and for 9 months I was hoping someone would notice. And so I don't know if you can call it a failure, but it definitely took me much longer than I thought. I was like, look, there's already millions of kids using this. There's so much investment in education. Hopefully someone will notice this, but it took a lot longer than I expected. So I don't know if that would be a classic failure, but it wasn't that it didn't happen as I expected.
Sure, you know, that's interesting. And, you know, to wrap up, what inspirational story would you love to tell all the entrepreneurs out there?
Yeah, you know, there's a story at one of the classrooms that are actually using Khan Academy for some of the instruction and exercises, and there was a reporter that saw one of the 6th graders, actually one of the 5th graders, saw one of the 5th graders doing a trigonometry problem, because all the students are working at their own pace now, so the reporter's very impressed. She sits down next to this 5th grader and says, so do you think this is 5th grade math? And the 5th grader gets a very mischievous smile on her face and goes, no, I think it's 6th grade. So when you see stuff like that, you get pretty excited.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Saul, for being here today.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.